Hello and welcome to Azariah's Studio. My name is Sarah. I am the artist and designer behind Azariah's Studio. I'm going to show you how to do the knitted cast-on. It is the cast-on that is worked traditionally for Estonian shawls. And I use it in Luminous Ladybug, Spring Leaves, Sophie, as well as Pasquet and cables. If you want to follow along, you'll need a ball of yarn and 2 knitting needles. Make a slip knot. Place it on your needle. Pick up the second needle. Insert as if to knit. Yarn around the working needle. Pull through. But instead of dropping off the stitch, place the new stitch onto the same needle as the first stitch. As a slip knot, basically. Now you have 2. Repeat. For the number of stitches it indicates you cast on, you're going to do that many stitches. The slip knot does count as a stitch in this cast on. We're going to say 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. And now you can just knit. You got your cast on done and you're ready to go. So you just go into this first stitch and you can knit. I'm not going to do that yet, because I said that every time I did a new cast on, I would show you how to count the rows. So that's what we're going to do now. So I have a different color here, and we're going to knit with it instead to see what the cast on looks like when it comes time to count. The knitted cast on is a bit snugger. It doesn't have a lot of elasticity. It does have some, and it does fine when you block the lace shawls like I listed earlier. It did just fine for me there. I'm going to turn it around, and this time I'm going to purl it so that we've got a stock of knits to look at. Knitted cast on probably is not ideal for ribbing. Said it does fine for the lace, and probably not ideal for ribbing. Also, when you do the knitted cast on for the Estonian lace, you usually do it over a larger size needle or 2 needles held together. So that gives it a little bit more loop there as well. Let's see. You will notice, get him pulled down, that these bottom loops are a little bit more open than what we would normally want. With the Estonian pieces, that doesn't matter so much. It's actually kind of a nice benefit because the edging gets sewn on, and so it's somewhere to see. You can easily see where you need to insert the needle to sew the edging on. If you don't like it, simply do them in the back loop, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, so here we can see we have our cast on loop. And then this is row 1, this is row 2 on the needle. So keep that in mind. I'm going to take the pink back out. I'm going to redo the gray and show you what it looks like in the gray. Alright, I'm still doing the front loop. I'm just knitting across the 10 stitches. Alright, once again I'm going to turn it around and I'm just going to purl it so we've got stock of knits to look at. All right, got stocking knits to look at. And now we know how to count these rows. We know that this one here is the cast on. This leg here's the cast on. Sorry. Both of these legs. So like this whole section here. Looks like there's 2 legs if you pull it down. So this is not row 1. This is row 1. This is row 2 on the needle. This whole thing here is the cast on. Alright, last time. This time I'm only going to put on 5 stitches. And I'm going to go into the back loops. So going into the front loop here, going into the back loop on the first knit row. While this cast on is a bit slower and more tedious, you don't have to guess on how much yarn you need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, into the back loop, knit, and off. Back loop. Makes the first row go by really quickly, working into the back loop. Turn it around, purl again, stocking knit stitches, and that's what the bottom looks like. They're twisted now, so that makes them really easy to count. Make sure it's good and tight. So these guys, so this is the cast on, that's twisted. This is row 1. This is row 2. So when you go through the back loops, it is twisted as you would expect. And those holes are gone. So you have to decide. Slide holes or twist it. Depends on what your finished piece is and what the final application is going to be. And that is the knitted cast on. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Happy making.